going on?
Hello.
What's up?
Hi, how are you? What's up?
Good. What you got, man?
I read your banner. It says Muslims. Why aren't you Christian?
Yeah.
Can you convince me?
Depends. What standard of evidence would you need to convince you?
Well, convince me. I am a Muslim. I don't have any information
I know,
about
but it
Christian.
like really depends, like on each specific person. Like, what would you personally need to say, okay, this is a true religion in general?
I don't know. Maybe something that can shake my heart.
I don't know what the frick can shake your heart, bro. I can tell you that Jesus died on the cross and crucified, and we have historical manuscripts. I don't know if that's gonna help you though.
Yeah, but we can also say that Islam is the religion of peace and light, and the Quran has been preserved for more than
How does
1,400 years.
how does something being preserved make it from God though?
Let me ask you a question.
No,
I
wait,
don't
I'm
mean any
asking a question.
disrespect.
How does something being preserved make it from God?
Well, because God also mentioned that He's gonna preserve that book and will make it unchangeable.
I got dictionaries
No
that are
human,
preserved.
no human can ever change that book. Tell me, how come your book hasn't been preserved? Okay, we can say that if the book isn't preserved, doesn't mean that it was only from God. But
But the
what
Bible's
about the
been preserved
knowledge
too.
beside it? Don't you guys get updates?
No, like what? Give me one.
Old Testament, New
That's not
Testament.
an update. The Old Testament is the writings before Christ. The New Testament is the writings after Christ.
How so?
One was writing before Christ. One was writing after. It's not different
Okay, so is it
updates.
not the word of God? How come that the words have the words been changed?
No,
The words haven't been changed,
no.
but there are clear evidences that the
Give me
but there
one.
are clear
Give me one.
evidences that there are also contradictions.
Give me
I
one.
will read them for you.
Go ahead. Give me one.
Contradictions. Can you give me your phone?
Tell him that there is so big difference between Catholics, Orthodox, and
Yeah, there are even different beliefs between
There's different
Catholics
beliefs in
and
Muslims too. Sunni, Shia, Maturidi. There's a lot of different beliefs too.
exactly, but we all read the same book.
Yeah, y'all read the same book and have different beliefs. So
Let me ask. As I'm getting the contradictions, I would like to give you some miracles on the Quran. If you check, and if you like, nowadays we have Chat GPT. That GPT can tell you everything. You don't need to do
oh
so many
gosh, bro.
research.
Please, bro.
Okay.
ChatGPT. I do not look up ChatGPT, bro. It's not good. It's not good, bro.
Okay, bro. Look, in the Quran we have mentions of man and woman. Okay, 23 by 23, which is the genetics of man and woman. In the Quran we have the name of day, which is in Arabic it means yom. The day has been mentioned 365 times, so we have 365 days. In the Quran we have the mentioning of shahr, which means month. So we have, how many months do we have? We have 12.
Did
Aren't
did
these
they have
miracles that
360? Wait. Did they have 365 days at the time of Muhammad in their calendar?
I don't know.
I'm asking you. Did they? You don't know if they had
Well,
365
maybe.
days?
Why not? Why not?
Oh, okay. So then he could have just said, there's 365 days, so I'm gonna put the word day 365 times.
Have you searched the Quran
And by
calligraphy?
the way, I don't know why it's popped in my head, but you just said that the word day in the Quran is yom. That's not even true. I don't even know why you said that.
Yom. Brother,
Yom is
I'm
Hebrew. It's
Arab.
not even Arabic, bro. That's not even right.
Bro, I'm Arab. I
Yeah,
know.
that's not
But
Yom is
Yom.
Hebrew.
So can you tell me what does they mean in Arabic?
I can show you, bro. I'm just saying Yom is Hebrew, bro. I can show
You
you.
can
Okay,
use a
day in
Google
Arabic.
translator.
All
You
right.
can use a Google translator and tell me what day means.
All right,
Bro,
I
I'm
got
Arab.
you. I got you. You need to learn more Arabic. I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's go to Arabic. Let's see.
What does it mean? Because you just did a big mistake, man. I'm Arab. You're trying to correct
And you
me.
said it's Yom, right?
Yom. Yeah, exactly.
Yom or Yom?
Yom, man.
How are you
Yom.
spelling this, bro?
Why? Oh, yeah. Wow, meme. I don't know
No,
that.
how are you
How do
spelling
you?
it?
Yeah, you don't know the Arabic alphabet. How can I spell it to you?
No, like spell it in translation. Like for example, if I was spelling
Why?
the Hebrew word in translation, I would spell it Yom.
Yom, that's Yom.
Yeah. Is that how you spell it?
YAWM.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different word then.
Bro, that's Yom.
Yeah, that's yom. That's not even yom. I don't even, you pronouncing it weird as frick, bro. Yom is Hebrew.
Yom,
Yom is Hebrew.
you're trying, bro. Our
Yom is literally
argument
Hebrew.
wasn't about Yom. Yom isn't Hebrew. We as Arabs, if it's Hebrew or not, we as Arabs
But
also
yeah,
say Yom.
yeah, yom. No, yom is not how you pronounce it, bro.
It doesn't mean that if it's Hebrew, we can't use it. Because look, I know many Kurdish people, many Persian people, they use the same words. For example, one of my friends is Afghan and one of the other one is from Iran. They're Persians. Both of them say gunah. Gunah means sin. It doesn't mean that yom, if it's
Yeah,
Hebrew,
I'm saying they're two different
it
words
must-
though in Hebrew and in Arabic. But regardless,
okay, but in if they are different, in Arabic, in our language, it means day.
okay, fantastic. I was saying the different words. Okay, my point is, if there are,
Exactly.
if Muhammad knew there are 365 days, couldn't he have just put the word day in there for 365 times because he knew there were 365 days and call it a miracle?
uh, Sorry to disturb you, but here I got the contradictions.
Wait, what?
May I
Wait, I'm
show you
asking a
the
question.
contradictions
Wait,
in
we're
the Bible?
talking about the miracle real
Ask
fast.
me,
Hold on.
ask me. We'll go ahead. We'll go
If
ahead.
there was already
Can you
365
ask?
day, if there were 365s at that time, like you said there was, couldn't he have just put the word day in there 365 times? Because there's 365 days.
Couldn't he have just what? Couldn't he have just
Couldn't he
what?
have just put the word day in 365 times?
He could, but look, that person that we're talking about, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, he couldn't
I'm not even
write or
talking about
read.
Muhammad, bro. I'm saying it's one of the persons of the Sahaba could have done it.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a miracle. Anyone could have done it, bro. Like anyone.
What
could have done
about the genetics of man and woman?
it. What about it?
What about this one? Man is mentioned 23 times, woman is mentioned 23 times. You have 23 XX chromosomes, XY chromosomes from your father, 23 from your mother.
What the?
What about
What
this
the?
one?
How is that a miracle? Why are we?
Bro,
Wait, what is
that's a knowledge
chromosome? Wait,
that
what does
knowledge.
chromosomes have to do? Why didn't he mention? Wait, why didn't? Is it not? So if he did it like 63 times, then would it be talking about the number of protons? Like, why?
Listen,
Why
that's
chromosomes
46.
specifically?
That's a no, we don't mean Y chromosome. It means that it's a knowledge that was from 1,400 years ago.
If it was knowledge,
Now-
why didn't he say a man has 23 chromosomes?
It isn't saying that man has 23 chromosomes. It's man is mentioned 23 times in the Quran. Woman is mentioned 23
So where is
times
he
in the
talking about
Quran.
chromosomes there?
He isn't talking about chromosomes. You didn't get my point.
So what is he talking about if it's not chromosomes? What's the miracle?
The miracle is that man is mentioned throughout the whole book 23 times. Woman is mentioned throughout the whole book 23 times. If you add them up, which will be 46, you can search it up, which will be 46, and you have 46 chromosomes.
Bro, so if he wanted the miracle, why didn't he just say, we have 46 chromosomes?
We have 46 chromosomes.
Yes.
You didn't get my point.
I did
I'm
get your
meaning
point,
that
bro. I
in the
literally
Quran,
did.
It doesn't mean that it's only chromosomes, man. The Quran will not tell you that here I'm teaching you science and knowledge and these kinds of stuff. The Quran is telling you we are teaching you the religion of Islam. It's all about
This
it's
is
all
the
about
same thing as
teaching.
gematria, by the way, guys, where we take random things and correlate them together when they have no correlation. There's no correlation. You're just saying, oh, it's a coincidence. They got 23. Let me just think about a random number of
this one,
23 that has to do with the
let's say the
man.
genetics is let's say the genetic is a coincidence. What about the day? What about the month? What
We
about
already
there are
went through the
many other
day. If
things.
Muhammad and the Sahaba already knew there's 365 days, they could have
Okay.
just wrote it 365
Okay.
times.
Why won't you explain this to me? That in the Quran, land is mentioned 13 times and the sea is mentioned 32 times, which you add them up will be 45 times. And if you divide 13 by 45, you'll get the percentage of sea and land.
Bro, like it's the
What
most
about this?
random stuff. Wait.
It is not
Wait.
random.
Was that
Where does
percent?
the
Wait.
Quran do
What
that?
is the percentage of land and sea the same that it was
Prove
back then?
me wrong.
Wait.
How
I'm asking
did
a question.
Muhammad?
I'm asking the question. Is the
Okay.
percentage of land versus sea the same as it was back then?
It is the same that is written in the Quran. Check it now.
No.
and
The
check
question
it.
is the percentage of land versus sea the same that it was back then?
Bro, I'm not a geography guy, but
The
it's
answer is
71%.
no, because water evaporates.
Listen, brother, it was the same. You want me to be honest?
So
It was
water
the
don't
same.
evaporate?
Water evaporates, but there is something. Look in Google. How many percentage of Earth is land, and how many percentage
I'm saying,
of
was
Earth
that
is
percentage,
water?
is that percentage the same since the beginning of Earth? Or has it changed?
I don't know.
It's not.
It's not.
No.
Then how come the percentage right now aligns with the percentage
Because
of the
you
Quran
picking
of
a random
1,400
time period,
years
like
ago?
if you would have had this argument 1,000 years ago, it would have been false. If you would have had this argument 200 years in the future, it would have been false.
A
Like
thousand years ago, a thousand years ago, people wouldn't have known how many percentage
when
of the Earth
Muhammad wrote it
is land
down, it
or
was
sea
not the
water.
same percentage.
How do you know? Can you give me the proof for that?
But water evaporates, land erodes. This is
Bro, but
basic.
we need to talk by proof. Can you prove it to me that 1,400 years ago it wasn't the same? No.
Yes, do you want me to show
So
you the rate at which water evaporates, or like, because we can do basic calculations here, like it's basic mathematics.
Let's look at this one. Okay. Indeed, we created man from a drop of mixed fluid, testing him. Right now, scientists, okay, agree that we are. Man, come on. You have to agree with me.
That what?
You still
Agree with
didn't.
what?
You have to agree with me that you cannot convince anyone to become into a Christian because you don't have any knowledge about it. I'm giving you
Any knowledge about
many
what?
miracles in the Quran.
None of these are
You didn't even
miracles.
try to convince me. You didn't even try to convince me to become a Christian.
Bro, none
Why
of these
can't
are
you?
miracles.
What are they then? How did Muhammad know that 1,400 years ago?
No, what?
How
That there
come
was
a human-
365 days? Maybe because he had a calendar.
Okay, what about the percentage of sea,
That
land,
wasn't even
water?
true at his time because water evaporates. So there was more
Bro, it's
water at the
true.
time of Muhammad.
Why won't you just look? Why won't you just check it out?
I have. There's
Let's
nothing to
check it
check
out.
out. It's horrible.
You haven't checked it
If
out.
this
Can you prove
convinces
it?
you, bro, if this convinces you, then I got some beachfront property to sell you in Idaho.
Bro, you're not proving anything.
Would you buy beachfront property from me in Idaho?
What?
Would you buy some beachfront property from me in Idaho?
In Idaho?
Yeah.
What is Idaho?
Oh, all right. Well, if he was American, it would have worked better, but it's all good.